Today we're talking to possibly the hardest working bluegrass band in America. And I'm talking about Lorraine Jordan and Carolina Rose. Now Lorraine, I knew your band when you started out many years ago with a young lady working with you by the name of Ramona Church. And you come a long way since those days. Tell us about some of your history and how you got to where you are today.
Well, I just love to. Carolina Road, I actually did start out Ramona Church in Carolina Road, and Ramona signed with Pine Castle Records. I think she kept that contract for a year, and she decided she wanted to come off the road, and it was a shame because the band had done so wonderful. The first CD had done so great, and so I thought, well, maybe I'll take my hand at being a band leader and try to run the band, take over the band. So I did, and that's been right now, I believe that's been 12 years ago. And since that time, there's been a lot of members. Just to name a few that are out playing in national bands, Timmy Massey, one of the guys that had #1 song with Cold Virginia Night back in the earlier days. Rick Perdue, who's a wonderful musician, a great talent. He played banjo. Gina Brett, who's played with Dale Ann Bradley and so many wonderful artists. Jason Berry, fiddle player for Doyle Lawson. There's just so many great ones, you know. I can't name them all, but they've all been wonderful, and it's been great having such a group of talented musicians come through the band. Well, today I've got the band with me. That's been two of them's been with me for 7 years now, and one of them for a couple of years, and we've got a new member with us. But basically, you know, we've just been going on for 12 years, and we've had some songs on the charts, and we're probably doing right now the best we've actually ever done.
Well, you certainly are, and that was really an all-star cast that you talked about there. So you've had quite a few outstanding musicians with you. Let's go to Ben on the back there. Ben, tell us about this band you have today.
Over here on my left, your right, is Greg Penny. He's playing the Doghouse bass and doing a good job. We're really tickled to have him in the group. And I'm just going to go down the line here and make it simple. This little lady here with the pretty blonde hairdo today, it looks really pretty, I think.
Thank you.
This is Lorraine Jordan. She plays the mandolin and is the leader of this group. This little fella right here, don't let his size fool you. He's like a little stick of dynamite. This is Josh Goforth. He plays the fiddle, the banjo. He plays everything except the mandolin.
Right.
And why is that?
Because I ain't allowed to.
That's right.
Mama don't allow no mandolin playing around here.
He's too good for that.
He's really good. And this other blonde-headed, wait a minute, your hair's gray.
Oh. Thank you.
This other guy over here is Tommy Long. He's our lead singer and doing a great job. And we've got a new CD out that proves how good of a singer he is. So that's everybody. And I'm Ben Green. I've been with the band 7 years, and I'm having the best time of my life.
Thank you, Ben. We've got quite a crew here, it sounds like, all-star pickers all the way around. Lorraine, I'm going to direct this one for you. You've got a single out now that's being played all over everywhere, and it's on all the national bluegrass charts. It's called A Light in the Window Again. Tell us about that song and where did you find that song?
Oh, I'd love to. It's an exciting tune, and it was written by Tom T and Dixie Hall. And of course, you know now the Bill Monroe's home place has been restored, and they have visitors now, and you get to see Jerusalem Ridge and Rosine, Kentucky. Well, Tom T and Dixie Hall were at the proclamation when Governor Patton was there, and he was inviting everybody to come out and see the light in the window again. And he made that statement in his speech, and you know them. They got right in their car on the way home and started writing a tune, and they wrote this particular song. And the history of this song, actually, Mr. Bill Monroe, when he was living in Rosine, Kentucky at the home place, he left and went up to Detroit, Michigan to find work. And he decided that just wasn't what he wanted to do. He came back, he wanted to play music, he wanted to be with his family. And as he was going to the old home place, he said, you know, there's a light in the window again. And that's a particular line that came from that song that he wrote. And this particular song just came at a great time because in 2011 was the 100th anniversary, September 13th, 2011, 100th anniversary of Mr. Bill Monroe's birthday. And so the song came out at that particular time, and Tom T and Dixie planned it perfect. And it talks about Mr. Monroe leaving. It says the first line says from Rosine to Detroit, you know, and it talks about him leaving the home place, going to find work, and coming back home. And song's been so successful for us. It's on the charts right now, all the national charts. I believe we've got number 2 on BMP and Bluegrass Unlimited. I'm not sure where it's at, but I believe it's in the top 10. And Music Roots has it, and so many charts. And DJs are really playing the song, and fans are really asking for it. And we really like to play this tune.
I think we were very fortunate to have someone like Tom T and Dixie, who are working all the time writing songs and just making bluegrass even better than it's ever been. Josh, let me go to you here for a second. What do you contribute? What are the factors that have made this single and the whole CD, Back to My Roots, as successful as it is?
Well, Tom, I think with any album, you first of all have to believe in what you're singing about, and you have to believe in the message of the songs, and the songs have to speak to you. And when we made this album, we knew that we wanted to make really great traditional grass. That's the first thing. We want to make really good traditional grass, but we also wanted to love every song. We didn't just pick songs kind of willy-nilly. We really sat and thought about it. And when we approached Tom T and Dixie for a song, and they sent this one, it just, the imagery and Tommy's voice and how he was able to kind of inflect the words and kind of get a lot of heart and soul out of them, it just worked, it clicked. And I think that's resonating with people. The other material, you know, Tommy wrote a couple of numbers on the album. Of course, Ben always plays some stellar banjo on the album. We have Lorraine's traditional breaks that she has on the album, and she's singing one of the songs. I think it's just a great mix of some newer songs that have that great old feel. You know, I put a song on the album that kind of talks about the mountains, kind of where I come from. That's what it starts with, music that speaks to us and has a message that we believe in. And I think that it comes across in how we sing and how we play, and I think people can pick up on that.
Tommy, I'm going to direct this question to you. Now, we've heard about the success of the CD, and it's being played all over the nation, and people are buying the CD, and they're going to want to get out and go somewhere to hear you play. I understand you have a couple of festivals.
Oh, yeah.
About what you're going to be doing.
In June, we're doing a great festival up in Cherokee, North Carolina. We host this festival. I invite everyone to come out if they want some great bluegrass. There's going to be some great bands there. And if you want to check out that festival as well as Pigeon Forge, Christmas in the Smokies, we're going to be there too hosting that festival, and we'd be more than happy for you to come up. It's going to be a great, great time for everyone. And if you want to know more about that, you can get on CarolinaRoadBand.com and get all the information from touring schedules to YouTube songs to everything you want to see on Carolina Road Band, as well as a big cruise that we're doing in last weekend in October, going to the Caribbean. So I'm sure anybody that's wanting to have some fun and wanting to hear some bluegrass music, that's the place you need to be. So come and join us.
So there's no excuse for people not knowing where you're going to be playing then.
That's exactly right.
All they got to do is check the computer, and they can find out right away.
Everything we're doing.
Greg, you're the newest member of the band, and I know that you've known Lorraine for quite a while, and you've listened to her music, and now you're playing, and you're taking these trips. How's it going, Greg? Is it everything you thought it was going to be, or how do you...
Oh, yes, it is. I've really enjoyed playing with Lorraine and all these guys. Lorraine's a hard-working person in music, and she inspires me to work hard, and she's a straightforward communicator, so you know she challenges you to work hard too, and you know what you need to do. And I played with her in a couple of band situations, and so I've really enjoyed it, and I love bluegrass, and she promotes bluegrass, and that's where I want to be.
I want to thank Lorraine and Carolina Road for being here today. We've enjoyed talking with you, and sounds like you guys have all got it together, and you're certainly headed down the right path. I know there's been a lot of people that have been involved with you as you have made this success that you've obtained here. Is there anyone in particular you want to mention as far as providing help to get you where you are?
Well, there's a lot of people we'd like to mention. First of all, we'd like to thank our record label, Real Rhythm Records, Rural Rhythm Records. RRR. There you go. And they are wonderful people. It's like a family working for them. They're a team. And recently they just moved to Tennessee, so we have a lot more contact with them. And they really have worked hard to put the CD out. And we also want to thank Tom T and Dixie Hall for a great song, and we want to thank them for all the publicity they've given us and all the hard work. Talking about some hard-working people now. Miss Dixie, she's really worked hard to push this Light in the Window song. We certainly want to thank her and thank her for all the things she's done for us over the years and all the songs that they've given us over the years. Want to especially thank the DJs who play the music. Without them, nobody would hear us. So we know that that's a very important part, and we try to thank them all during the year. We want to especially thank them on this recording. And I also want to thank the fans. If the fans didn't like our music, of course, they wouldn't be calling the DJs to play our music. And I'd like to personally thank each and every one of these gentlemen for the time they give me in the band and the hard work that they give to Carolina Road and the great job they did on the recording. I come from a little town called Vanceburg, North Carolina. And, to have moved up to the big city of Garner, North Carolina, home of Scotty McCrary and Steve Dillon, and Greg Penny and Lorraine Jordan, living here in Garner now. It's been a big step for me, and that's kind of what the Back to My Roots CD is all about. You know, coming from a small town, growing up with your mama cooking on a wood stove grill, and walking to school down a old dirt country road, and Daddy working at the feed mill for so many years, and then moving to the big city and getting on the big 45-foot Prevost bus, and 5 guys, a bus driver, and my little male Maltese dog J.D. Crow, and so it's but they're such gentlemen, and they just have so much respect for the band and the time on the band, and you just how many people can say they've had 2 people in the band with them for 7 years? I mean, that's almost unbelievable in bluegrass. And Josh Goforth here, one of the finest musicians you'll ever meet. And he has stuck with me through thick and thin. And Ben Green, my favorite banjo player of all times. And what a legend he is with all the bands he's played in. Charlie Moore, Lost and Found, David Parmley, James King, Junior Sears. I mean, just can't get any more legendary than that. I just want to personally thank them and give them an opportunity to thank some folks also, and thank some mom and dad for the great inspiration of the song Back to My Roots, and thanks to Terry Faust for co-writing tonight's song with me and putting all the words together and the music helping me with that, and all the people that have helped us this past year, Mountain Music, Scott Heath Organization. You just can't, Penny McDaniels. I mean, there's just so many to name, but I want to thank them and all the fellas here. And we're being serious right now, but we're really kind of laid back and fun, and we have a good time. And Josh is the old hillbilly to band, so we'll let him do some hillbilly talk to you now.
I don't know if they'd be able to understand me or not if I were to do real hillbilly talk, Lorraine. I have to clean it up quite a bit so they can understand me. Well, Tommy, he's the newest member. Oh, not the newest member, excuse me. He's now the second newest member of the band. What do you think about that, Tommy?
I think it's great not to be on the low
He's a veteran. He's a veteran now.
I've moved up a spot.
But this band really, the lead singer of a band really really sets the tone for the way the band's going, and Tommy's coming to this band and really done such a wonderful job, and it's really created a sound for us that's kind of pulled us back. And Tommy, you're from Mount Airy, so
yeah,
Mayberry, Andy Griffith. So me and Tommy, we're mountain boys pretty much.
Yeah, I might get mistaken for Barney, but other than that, I mean, everything's going good.
That's right.
Yeah, Tommy, I've really enjoyed playing with you and singing with you, and I think a lot of people talk about the harmonies of the bands, and they contribute that to a lot of the good blendingness. And they say, well, you guys talk alike, and I say, well, we're from completely opposite ends of the state, but it works out, coming from the beach area to the Piedmont area, but it works out really good. And Josh and Ben have such great baritone vocals.
Oh, yeah. Working with this band right here has been my ultimate thing for me to do. I wasn't able to travel when I was younger for raising my son and my daughter, and just having to do family things and not being able to be gone, having to work a job. And when Lorraine offered me this job, it was a dream come true for me, and I'm getting to travel all over the country now. And I'm telling you what, I'm looking forward to seeing all you fans. So come out and see Lorraine Jordan and Carolina Road. We're looking forward to seeing you.
And we're all friends too. That's what makes this so great. You know, like coming into the band, one of the things we found out when I first came in the band is me and Ben, we love to fish about better than anything in the whole wide world. And now Ben, he's a sea fisherman, and he taught me how to fish right there on the beach.
Surf fish.
How to surf fish. That's right. He taught me that, and I'm getting him convinced to come up to the mountains and do a little trout fishing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that someday.
So we're good fishing buddies too. Yeah.
Well, that's exactly right. And that's what makes it all special. And folks, come out and see us. We'll be at a lot of festivals this year. Come over and to the sales table and pick up the brand new CD, Back to My Roots. And it'll have the single, A Light in the Window, again on it. And meet Greg, Josh, Tommy, and Ben, and little J.D. Crow. You'll enjoy him also. So we'll look forward to you at all the festivals. Check us out, CarolinaRoadBand.com. You can call Jordan Entertainment, 919-779-5672. Go ahead and book us for your next event in 2013. We'd be happy to be there.